How bad can factory lube be if it's properly used? Now let me paint a hypothetical picture. This is you. This is your card, or more likely your mum's card. This is AliExpress. Now you've been a lurker in the keyboard community for a couple of months now, and you've decided it's finally time to invest some money in a budget board. You don't have much money on your card, and so you've gone with a GK61, some Gateron yellows, and some PBT keycaps you found by searching from low to high. You place the order, you watch your bank account drop to $0, and then it hits you. You didn't get any lube. Oh, what are you gonna lube them with? Oh well, that's a problem for me in 2 months' time. Except in 2 months' time you've bought a bunch of random other things forgetting that you needed to buy lube. Everything finally arrives and you're like, oh man, what am I gonna lube the stabilizers with? They say you want it buttery smooth, maybe try butter. Hey, Vaseline's like a jelly. Put some of that in there. How about actual jelly? Well, I'm here to propose an alternative solution. What if you could just go down to your local arts and crafts store, buy a little tiny paintbrush for like $1, and just spread out the factory lube that's already on the GK61 stabilizers. I wonder how that would sound. To test this scientific question, I have a GK61X by Skylube. Now just because we can, we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing, take a little look-see at everything you get in the box. Inside you get this little piece of paper with all of the confusing macros on it. And then inside this bag that's really hard to get out, you get the keyboard itself and this piece of warning paper that basically says, if it brokey, it don't worky. Now, the keyboard itself is already scratched because I got it out to test it. Inside the back of the box, you get a cable, which is a nice braided cable with metal ends on it, and these are gold plugs because, you know, it makes the keyboards extra speedy. We've got this double space bar adapter. You can basically unscrew a bit off the plate, put that thing on. It's a nice touch. And in this little box here, you get that high quality switch and key remover combo that pretty much every cheap keyboard comes with. Nice. Now, let's get to it. The application of lube on these stabilizers is abhorrent. The lube is placed in basically these big blotches, and then everything else is just kind of left dry. It's the same on pretty much all of the stabilizers, which at least gives me the confidence that we'll have enough to go around. We're going to be using Arco Matcha green switches, which are a medium weight linear. I got these off the recommendation of Sviz. You can watch his whole review on them. We're going to be using these SA profile caps that I just had lying around. These are sketchy AliExpress things. They're not very good. Just word of warning. Guys, you won't believe it. They sound awful. Man, I am going to have to be super careful because this plate scratches so easily. So being the total dingus I am, I didn't realize you can't take the spacebar stabilizer out without removing the whole little daughter plate. I spent a good 5 minutes fiddling with it before I realized that. As you can see, the majority of the lube is actually on the plate or the PCB, like the two places where it shouldn't be. Dingus update, I kept my hands out of frame for almost all of the lubing footage, so... Also, yeah, just for the hell of it, I did cut the legs off the stabilizer stems. But once again, hands were out of frame. No.
Thanks.
And we're done. My shaky hands made that take way longer than it should have. Let's see if that made literally any difference whatsoever. I'm going to be generous and say that made them sound a little bit better, but I guess the real test will be seeing what they sound like on a full board. Now obviously most of the problem is the stock stabilizers themselves, but I guess the main idea of this video was, if you get a board that already has factory lube stabilizers, can you recover them just with a brush? Can you, by respreading out the lube, make the factory stabilizers better? Yeah, you can. If you can be bothered to invest honestly it took me like an hour. If you can be bothered to invest that time and or you don't have shaky hands, probably worth doing. The minor improvement is better than no improvement, and they're pretty bad by default, so yeah, would recommend doing it. This was a pretty pointless video, honestly. I don't really know what I was expecting.